Well, hey everyone. It is so great to be with you again. And as you know, we have the Building Champions experience coming up this September. And one of the most meaningful parts of the Building Champions experience, I think, is the space that it creates for leaders to slow down, reflect, and think intentionally about where they're headed. Not just professionally, but also personally. And today I'm joined by Dino Savant, who attended the experience. And Dino, I'm just so glad that you agreed to talk to me and to share a little bit about the Building Champions experience and what that experience was like for you, especially around life planning and the impact that that had on you personally as well as professionally. So, Dino, thanks for being here, man. It's great to be with you.
Dan, it's great to be here. I'm so excited about the Building Champions experience coming back.
Yes.
And I bugged you guys for so long, but it's life changing. It really is, in the sense that, you know, um, I think that as entrepreneurs or even C-suite holders
Hmm.
in our business life, I would guess to say 8 out of every 10 of us have a business plan, and
Yeah.
we've been schooled and educated on how to build it and how to review it and make sure we're hitting our goals. But the problem, I think, exists in that the business plan then is what's in control of your life, and not your life in control of your business plan.
Yeah.
So, you can't serve two masters. And I think that that's why it's so important for me. It was completely transformational in the sense that when it dawned on me that my life wasn't out of control,
Yeah.
but that this was taking up so much of it. And yet not that parts of my family were, abandoned, or I was always at work, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, the business, there's times where you are.
Yeah.
It's all in or nothing. And we've all gone through that. But I think when you build your business plan, it becomes the priority, and it becomes the navigational set to where your life is headed. And I think that that's what's really, really important for us entrepreneurs, as well as our suite, anybody that's a CEO, CFO. It does not matter. um, I would tell you that, when I looked at it and thought, I've been to 1,000 of these things over the years, and it's great, the rah rahs you get, and you get all pumped up on the positivity. However,
Yeah.
when you look at the intentionality, anybody that wants to have an intentional life and build truly a life and a legacy of love left for for your family, right? And make a statement. I think it starts with a very focused plan, and
Mm.
created out of a lot of tough, very raw, and personal questions, right?
Yes.
That you
Yeah.
have to go ahead and organize and really come to grips with what that looks like. When you break down, we only have so much time in a day, so much time in a week, in a month, in a year. What does that mean to all my relationships, starting
Yeah.
with your relationship with God, with your wife, with your family, with your kids? It
Yep.
goes on and on and on. And if you don't have it broken down and really analyzed on a weekly basis, I guarantee you're going to fall back into that business plan, and it'll tell you exactly what to do, and it's
That's
going
right.
to dominate you.
Yeah.
And it's just the unfortunate way, I think, especially those who are very competitive. I'm an extremely competitive guy, will allow it to happen. And I know Daniel Harkavy talks about the drift in our
Yeah.
lives and our business plan, but in our life plan. And if you don't go back and really look and say, what do I want to create? How is it that I want to leave a legacy behind? You'll end up with nothing. So
That's
that
right.
first step of building that eulogy that you
Yeah.
go through, and I don't want to give anything away other than I promise you it will change your life if you really take the time to ask the tough, raw, and personal questions
Yeah.
about who you are and what you want to be left behind.
I
And
love it.
it's transformative.
Thanks. That's great, man. Thank you. And we are going to have that time again for
Yeah,
a number of people that have either created a life plan, but maybe they haven't done anything with it, Dino, right? Like maybe they created it and
yeah,
it's been sitting over there and they haven't looked at it. Even if you haven't looked at it in 6 months, that's not that's not frequent enough, right? And
No.
so we're going to create this space for first time life planners as well as experienced life planners to
Fantastic.
reflect and to think about their life and how do they want to live with purpose so that they can lead with purpose. And I love what you said, that if you're not careful, the business plan can drive your life and everything that you're doing. But in reality, we know that if you actually can take that same intentionality and that same commitment and passion that you have for your business, and if you can say, you know what, I'm going to plan my life first, and I'm going to
Amen.
focus on what's important and the things that matter most to me, then that's going to drive everything else. And you're going to have a much more happy, fulfilled life. And so we're going to
So
have
true.
that space at the Building Champions experience. I want to, maybe just as we finish up here, for you to share some advice to first time life planners who are thinking about the Building Champions experience. They know we're going to create this space for them to really think deeply about their life. What advice would you give to someone that's maybe either on the fence or is maybe just a little nervous to actually jump into this experience?
I will. My advice is this: go with no expectations,
Mm,
and then be open to the beautiful guiding hand that Building Champions gives you and says, "Hey, take time to reflect, take time to really analyze where you're at, and go through the steps, and then utilize." If you get stuck in your life plan, get up and go find a Building Champions person who I'm
yes.
sure will be available
Yep.
because, and then I'm stuck here. What do I need to do? And then they will keep you on your way and keep you moving. It's happened to me. I've done it 4 times, and I continue to do it. And then the last thing I will say is once it's done, I would say review it every day for 30 days, not
Yes.
21 days to create a habit, but 30 days. Make it
Yes.
a part of your creed of who you are.
Dino, man, thank you, bud. It's been so great connecting
Dan,
with you.
great
I am
seeing you.
super excited to see you in September, bud. Thanks for coming
That's going to
back,
be
and
awesome.
thanks for encouraging us to bring this back for people like you. We're excited.
Super,
So
super pumped. I think Drew and Greg are done hearing from me in their ear all the time.
that's right. All right, Dino. Thanks so much, man. Folks, we'll talk to you next time as we have some more clips like this to just help you get excited about the experience and for you to understand what this is going to be all about. So we'll see you next time.